you just joined us, this is still Enterprise Friday, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's head straight to our conversation for this morning, where we have it that the national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Senator David Mark, has appealed to Nigerians to support the party in Saturday's by-election, saying the ADC is ready to offer a credible alternative in governance. Speaking at an event for ADC candidates in Abuja, Mark called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct free, fair and transparent elections.
Okay, he also urged voters in Anambra State, Edo State, Oyo State, Taraba State, Adamawa, Kaduna, Zamfara, Kano State, Niger State and Ogun to back ADC candidates. The ADC was formed to provide better leadership. Nigerians should give us a chance to prove our worth.
He said, yes. Yeah. And also, Mark also urged the security agency to ensure a level playing field and called on candidates and supporters to obey electoral laws and guard against manipulation. We still have Dr. Victor Ohai. Thank you so very much, Doctor, for hanging on.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Doctor, you have at least at some point a big player in our democratic process. You've been a member of a political party. What's your take on the ADC?
Well, it's a political party. The coalition is perhaps what is making a difference now, in the sense that people are leaving. Some of the big parties are now making ADC a big party, a relevant party, because of the players that are in it. And so, I mean, the party by itself is nothing without the people, you know, and the quality of membership, caliber of membership is what makes it what it is, because it will therefore drive followership and make it electorally viable. I mean, the fact that it's still there means that it's a viable party in the sense that it's been winning elections, even if one. If you do win, even if it's a councillorship position, then you're qualified to remain, you know, in the INEC register. So, but what has happened now is that you have a group of, I'm using the word disgruntled, not negatively. I'm using it just loosely. Disgruntled people from other parties who have come in there, gathered there to make it what it should be. And why it is what is going to is that they're not happy with their party, they're not happy with what is happening generally, where they're coming from, and they've decided, okay, look, let's look for an alternative platform where we can all congregate together and where the enemy of our enemy becomes our friend. Yeah? And then hopefully we can win elections.
Okay. Speaking of that, let's talk about the ADC and the APC. Can the ADC truly present a credible alternative to APC and PDP? Or will it remain a fringe player in Nigerian politics?
No, it can. It can, truly. And the reason is because, how do I put it now? Okay. ADC as a party right now is comprising of big wigs from APC and PDP. These people have their followers. And they will obviously, their followers will obviously follow them to that place. And there are people who are not happy with these two parties. And they will find in ADC that proverbial third force that we've always talked about. So I think that it could be, it's a viable alternative, but whether it will win elections seriously in this round of elections is what I'm not too sure because of the time frame. But if you ask me to make a prediction, in the South, I don't see much impact, but I do see them making impact in the North, where a lot of people are being, you know, are not too happy with the current trend of affairs.
Very true, Doctor. It's often said that politics is not righteousness. It's a cutthroat business where someone you call your friend now might turn against you just in a minute to come. When you see the likes of Peter Gregory Obi and El-Rufai holding hands, and both of them are promoted by Dino Melayi, what is the script there? What is the underlying story behind all of those superficial actions the Nigerians see?
Who did you say is holding hands with El-Rufai?
Peter Gregory Obi and El-Rufai holding hands together, sitting closely to one another.
But you heard me when I said the enemy of my enemy is friend. Eh?
Very well,
When
I
you say
heard
the enemy of your enemy is your friend, they both have they have common enemies right now, so that makes them friends. You know, the reason they can agree and sit together is it's like what happened in 2015, where you had another coalition that coalesced into what became APC. Incidentally, it looks like anything that rhymes with starts with A and ends with C ends up being a coalition. So we had CPC and AD coming together, or is it was it APP?
five parties,
and
the CPC, the AD, a part of
coming together to
Abuja,
form
and
APC.
other parties. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, coming together. Except that in this case, you just some parties, parties not collapse like CPC and this. There's no CPC anymore, I think. So what you will now find is like you have an APC is now individuals from these parties coming together and joining ADC to strengthen it and make it a viable opposition.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk. What concrete governance plans is the ADC offering beyond campaign? Beyond campaign, yeah.
Well, if you have spoken to any of them, they will tell you they want to rescue Nigeria and Nigerians.
And do you believe
They'll
them?
tell you that they want to. It's not for me to say. We're waiting to see. I mean, it's not about believing. All politicians, we take what they say with a pinch of salt. You know, most politicians, rather, political parties, when they campaign, take it with a pinch of salt until you see them in action. We've seen these same people. What you must understand is that political parties are nothing but special purpose vehicles in Nigeria for grabbing power through elections. There are no ideologies. The same people in APC are the ones in PDP. The same people in PDP are the ones in ADC. So it's at the end of the day, it's not about the party. It's about the individuals and what they are bringing to the table, which makes it, which takes us to the next level, which is that you have to judge them by their antecedents, where they're coming from, what they've done before, what they have said that they have done. You judge their future by what they have done in the past.
Doctor, there's no gainsaying. Obviously, there's no gainsaying that the swamp is dirty, because you talked about members of different political parties jumping ship from one party to another and rejumping to another party and another. Comprehensive electoral reform, do you think that will do the magic wand in making these things better? Because this jumping ship is really becoming a nuisance, don't you think so? And it's not helping our democracy so far.
Well, first of all, no swamp is clean, no swamp are dirty. And then to speak to the issue, what you are asking, the issue of electoral reforms, it is still going to be Nigerians that will. There are, of course, obviously, there are areas that need to be reformed. How results are compiled and reported, the kind of transparency. I don't see why we have not been able to do electronic voting right now. But it suits the politicians not to do it so that they can manipulate the process. They can capture results midway and change it and all that. So electoral reforms without, ethical reforms in our minds, if you like, and if the government is not invested in it, if the people are not invested in it, it's just a shambles. Like I said when we're doing the newspaper reviews, there are enough laws in this country. It's for people to implement them to the letter. So electoral reforms will help in some areas, but largely, if there's no will, it might not work.
Yes, because the rules are meant to be respected and obeyed. Because I understand that it's only the governor and the president that even if he jumps ship, might not be reprimanded. But for any other elected personality, when you jump from one party to another, you should relinquish that particular position to whatever. But that's not respected in Nigeria.
And we talked about.
No, it's not, because, and especially if you jump into the ruling party, your sins are forgiven. You know that. So they have told us that more governors are coming. The parties they're talking about some of these parties don't have any problem. And yet, they'll deliberately go and scatter the place so that people can just move over. There's so much impunity in this country. The rules are, like you have rightly pointed out one way or another, that they are for the weak, they're not for the strong. The laws are for the weak, to deal with the weak and not for the strong. The strong will always get away with things, and that's the level of impunity that we have.
But Doctor, do you agree with Babache Lawal? 2 days back, he said that Peter Obi actually won the 2023 general elections and not President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember, he's speaking this under the platform of the APC, which President Bola Ahmed Tinubu contested with. So do you believe what Babache Lawal said?
First of all, Babache Lawal is no longer a member of the APC, so he's not speaking under the platform of APC. Secondly, I'm not privy to the actual results. If they saw the results and they kept quiet, then Nigerians ought to start asking them questions. I want to say, why should we trust them again when they come up with? I mean, if you saw it, you kept quiet. Here and Erufai, they are now telling us that Peter Obi actually won that election, but at the time they kept quiet because it suited them. Why should they be crying now if they think that things are not working in their favor? I really, like I said, I'm not privy to the results. It may be true, it may not be true, it may be partially true, it may not be entirely false. However, he said something, I listened to that interview as well, all of it, where he said they know how these things are done and they will ensure it doesn't happen again. But how can we trust them that when the time comes, when they get into government, they too will not do the same thing, that they permitted at the time, and they are now crying only because things do not suit them.
Sometimes it's easier said than done.
Right.
It is when you get to that position or to that post, you would now know, okay, this is how it is. What should I really do? And then you begin to ask questions. And at the end of the day, even if you want to put more strength or more energy in it, you just find that okay, maybe you might just need to, because you might not even have time to think about it anymore. You just need to just go with the flow. You understand? Yeah. So I just feel this whole story has to do with, even if you want to really engage in it, putting your strength, putting your energy and all that, you need to, just like any step you want to take, you just need to think about it, have a second talk about it. So, all
right, I think we just have to leave it at this particular point. 60 plus years of Nigeria's independence, we're still struggling with getting our elections right. We still do not have an umpire that would conduct a decent election. Little countries like Ghana in population, though they are our senior. Yes, they got independence in 1957. But they conduct better than we do in Nigeria. And one would wonder, when would we get there? When would we get there?
But speaking of Ghana, they might have had their own hiccups.
Well, of course, they have, but largely they conduct decent elections. Doctor, thank you so very much for your time. I truly do appreciate you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
All right. So that's all we have for today. And I would love to say thank you to you for making this picture complete. Please do well to follow us if you may. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at EnterpriseTV7. I am Henry Igwebike.
And I am Kehinde Bodun.
On behalf of the entire team of Enterprise Television, thank you once more. And we see you soon.
Yeah, see you
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye.